The Secret of Water.
The Secret of Water. I'm gonna have to Google it.
You have to Google it because I learned about it when I was in massage school. You can imagine that community. We're all into like other lives and,
yes,
and all
yes. I love it. I love it.
I love that.
I love it.
So they did a study. They took water from the pipe, common community water from the pipe in Japan, and they put it in different containers, right?
Yeah. Oh God, this is amazing.
On one container,
they
write positive affirmations on the container. And on the other one, negative crap.
Just water.
And what happened was, after sitting there for a specified amount of time, they looked at these water molecules under a microscope, and what they found was the ones that were in the jar with the positive affirmations had blossomed or become these beautiful, it looked like snowflake patterns of crystals, like underneath the microphone, underneath the microscope. The other one, the negative one, it was so ugly, like the formations, it was like deformed looking. They were yellowish in color. It was bananas. They also did the same with a bottle of water, and they had a group of people surrounding the water, sending it nothing but good vibes versus sending it bad vibes. And the same came out. Now, the point of the study is about our thoughts and our intentions mean everything. And then you think we're like 70% water.
Yes. What are you doing to your body? And this is why people get cancer.
Boom.
But here's the funny thing too, is that this is completely related to the students who had 2 plants.
Yeah. Oh my God. Tell me about this plant.
Right? 2 plants. Did you hear about the 2 plants? Oh girl, we're gonna have to set up a weekly Sunday tea of conversations.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this.
And then you have to get one of our cups here.
I do. Tammy told me. She's like, girl, you need your cup.
You're gonna need a cup. Thinking of a master plan. The plants is exactly the same freaking story, where students had 2 plants, same exact plants. One plant, they would, say all of these negative words to it. Every day they would come in and say negative words to these plants and talk down to it and say mean things to this plant. The next plant, they'll say all positive words. It's beautiful. It leaves a nice. So all positive words they would say to this plant.
Wow.
Obviously, the one that they say negative one started dying and wilting. And then the other plant that they said all these positive words to was blossoming and being beautiful. A plant. So the fact that you saying that they just wrote the words on this water, and then the other one they talked the words, so even writing it down, I mean, that's fucking mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing, and shows us how powerful the fuck we are. We're so
fucking
powerful.
I mean, like that also goes to like mood boards.
Oh,
because I used to always do mood boards, and my girlfriend was always fascinated that my shit would actually come true on all the mood boards at the end of the year. Those mood boards, everything I put up, that stuff will all come true. And she's like, Linda, you just fucking manifest things. I'm like, put up a mood board, do the same
thing. You need to do a reel on that, by the way. I love reels like that. So I
Yeah.
did in the beginning of my marriage. And then depression came later.
Okay.
When I just felt like I shouldn't be in the marriage with all of this fear, and I just didn't feel safe. And it was getting divorced was so freeing for me, but I had to hit like complete rock bottom.
Yeah.
I felt worthless, and tackle that on and find my worth and understand it, accept myself and all the mistakes I had made within the marriage, because I was like such an ugly individual in the marriage, and I would always try to justify it because he didn't do something.
Yeah. Yes, it's the justifying. When you are in that like selfish ego mode, everything because you have no integrity. There's no values, no morals.
Exactly.
So and when you don't have, like, I realized, like, when you don't have integrity and morals, you're just gonna justify it. Like, you did this to me, so I can do this.
Shots fired. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to focus on integrity. And I thought to myself, I would never want anyone treating my son this way. And I never want to treat someone I love this way again. So I have to work on me, I have to be better. So yeah, that old Regine has been stripped away. I have forgiven her. I'm thankful for her because
well, you needed that to get through life. Like that's who you had.
Exactly.
I mean, that was part of you, how you built that. You built her. That was your avatar that you built. Do you ever seen Jim Carrey had a Instagram little post. It said his friend told him depression is needed because it's your body saying fuck you, I don't want to be this avatar anymore, so I need rest, I don't want to be like this. Your body is at a dis-ease.
Yes,
it's like, no, I don't want to be this avatar. No, you have to strip it away. No, I don't want to be this. Your body's literally telling you, no, we don't want to do this anymore. I was like, oh my God. Because like you're always taught, like growing up in these kind of like very strict families, like you have to keep this like facade up. Like you have to look.
You have to look a certain
you look,
way.
You know, you got to be rich. You got to have a great career. You got to, you know, be strong. You got to have the family. You got to have the kids. You got the perfect husband, the wife, the house, the car. Like you have to present yourself a certain way.
Absolutely.
Because I guess society, you know, otherwise you'll look down upon.
I totally was all in with that. Totally fell for that. That's why I was so miserable.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, I have to do this, so how can I do this? And like me, like, yeah, same thing where I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get married. But are you really looking at like what are the qualities that you want in a husband? What are the qualities that you need? But then like somebody says, like, all the things you're looking for, make that yourself first. Like make sure you have all those qualities, right?
That's what I did not know.
No, I didn't know any of this. Like I am 46, unpacking, doing this podcast, and I am learning all of this more with the videos that I watch on YouTube, and also all these conversations.
Listen, I love our generation because we are kind of like in the middle of like the DSM came out. That's the psychological book that actually pathologized homosexuality in the 70s, which is bananas to me. But no one was talking psychology. That came out in the 70s.
No.
So we were born just as psychology in real life was born as well. So we don't have to survive like our parents did, who were immigrants. We actually have the luxury to be able to reflect on who we are, what makes us happy, what our worth is. They did not have that luxury whatsoever.
It didn't, because they just had to survive.
They just had to survive.
So what they taught us is how to survive. And I was like, no, I can't do that anymore. No, I want to happy. I want to be grateful. I want to be joyful. And I don't want to just survive in this matrix, like society of things. To take yourself out of the matrix, that's hard.
It's hard. It can be lonely. You know what I mean? There's a line in the Matrix that says ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
So long. That was like, it resonated so hard. So when you said, sometimes I want to go back to the default me, you know, I was like, yes, I get it. Like, for so long, I didn't want to be, I knew I should be better, but I was like, I'm comfortable being here.
Your body just wants to go back to what's familiar, right? And your brain wants to go back to familiar because that's what it's used for. Really, like your brain is like, okay, we have set this program. We're used to it. Let's just run the program like a computer, like a fucking like old operating system that just wants to run. And you're like, no, we have to like remove that.
Absolutely. And until it becomes so painful, like it has to become more painful.
Has to be more painful.
That pain will squeeze you out of any situation, honey. Yeah. So that's what it became. If I had remained married in my marriage, I would have never hit that bottom that I needed to propel me into change.
And to this beautiful woman you are, you know, can be done with your med school when you're 48 and be a doctor and do residency. I am so proud of you. I'm so thankful that Tam had like mentioned you, where I was like, well, we have to get her on. If she's got a great story, I want to hear her great story.
Yeah. So through social media is where I found there's so many women my story resonates with, because there's so many women who have denied that voice in them that says, do this. I mean, I get DMs and comments saying, oh, I've been told 28 years old. I'm too old to go to this school and start a new life. 20, even 25, 28, wow. 31. And I'm like, baby, you're like, this is a whole new chapter. We can do our life over and over a few times in one lifetime.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
As long as you're breathing, and we have to block out that noise of people saying you're too old, it's too late. Because truly, I believe if the desire is within you and it's been there and it's nagging you, it will haunt you until you.
It'll never go away. It will never goes away.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. I mean, and this is how, like, I would tap into what I really wanted in life. The envy, like I'd be envious of, I met all types of women, successful women in fashion and in law and this and that. But it's when I would meet a woman in medicine who was a doctor, I'd be like it would be
your body's like, oh, I want to be a doctor.
And I'm like, those little pangs of pain are such good reminders or indicators of where you want to be or yearn to be, you know what I mean? And that was definitely always a sign.
Finally getting back to me, you know, my art. All I want to do is art. And the other thing is that I love stories. So like, to me, art is in everything. Your art is your voice, your speaking, your connection, you know, you can feel everyone's energy. That's your art. It's the art of living to me. So art and hustle to me is the art of living and art of it and everything.
I hope that you've cut that piece right there and make it your intro and your outro, because that was dope. Let's let everybody know about our inspirational journal.